The latest South Asia development update released by the World Bank. Growth in South Asia is expected to be at 6% in 2024, and growth in South Asia is going to be driven mainly by robust growth in India. The World Bank has raised India's growth forecast. FY24 growth projections have been raised by 1.2 percentage points at 7.5%, and FY25 growth projections have been raised by 0.2 percentage points at 6.6%. However, as per the World Bank, persistent structural challenges threaten to undermine sustained growth, and Asia is not creating enough jobs to keep pace with rapidly rising working-age population. Now we have Mitali Nikore, economist, joining us for more. Mitali, thank you so much for joining us. A huge boost for the Indian economy. However, the concern really on jobs remains.
Absolutely, Sakshi. I mean, I think what we have to look at in these data and statistics is there is a certain amount of mismatch in leading indicators and past indicators. If we look at India's periodic labor force participation survey, it's very clear that labor force participation is increasing overall. Male labor force participation continues to be above 78% as per the latest periodic labor force participation survey, and female labor force participation has actually risen from 23% to 37% over the last 5 years. So, I completely agree that there is a need to have more and more focus and continued focus on job creation. But to say that, jobs have not been created and to say that, the labor force participation has not increased is also inaccurate. So I think what we really need to see, in the years going forward is more and more of a focus on skill training, more and more of a focus on, new types of industries where jobs are getting generated. We have to make sure our workforce is equipped for that, and also that we have to take South Asia forward. It is India's responsibility to take South Asia forward, and having stronger supply chains, stronger value chains, stronger trade linkages is what is going to take South Asia forward. So, having Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka joined with us, having Bhutan joined with us, and, doing trade, especially cross-border land-based trade, is the, growth driver of the future.
Absolutely. And like you said, the focus really on skill development, on training. Now, going forward, of course, the AI era, which sectors do you feel where we'll need to really train people more to create these jobs?
So I think, Sakshi, definitely the technology-based work is very, very important. I mean, any sector you take it. Look at logistics as a sector, for example. I work extensively on logistics. We are seeing a lot of automation, and, there is a whole new regime, a whole new framework of skills that is required in the logistics sector. I mean, if you look at what a warehouse looked like 5 years ago and what it looks like today, it's a completely different set of skills. And I also think that, this automation and digitization presents an opportunity for female labor force participation, because a lot of jobs in the semi-skilled and skilled segments, which used to be done by men because they had certain physical, requirements that, yes, you have to lift a heavy load or something like that, don't exist anymore. We can have a lot more automation and women actually operating machinery and equipment so that we can have more and more female labor force participation. So I do think that in the coming decades, we have to have more skill training in the logistics space, in renewable energy, in, green economics, in green industries. And that is the, going to be the main job creator for large scale jobs. I'm not talking about tech sector and IT sector. Those are, of course, very important for, the highly educated sectors. But for the mass employment, we really need to see, more and more skill training in automation and working with machines.
Right. More and more skill training really the way forward. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and for joining us before this interaction.